Good morning, everybody. It is day 22 of our everyday vlog series. And if you've ever wondered how I'm able to film and plan something like this, well, today's the day. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the meticulous planning, discipline, and organization needed to execute something like this. And if you've been following up to this point, I'm sure you already know the routine by now. So a couple years ago, I posted every single day for a year. And last year, I posted a short film every single week. Along with some other mixed in midweek content, I was able to stay about 4 to 6 weeks ahead. And even with this series going on, it's been an absolute breeze. And today, I'm gonna give y'all a detailed breakdown of how I do that. I want to get real with you today. This whole series is about what it's like being a full-time creative, whether that's in the professional industry or as a content creator for your own personal brand. And if you want to succeed in this field, it's all about making your own schedule, sticking to it, and for your own peace of mind, staying ahead of your schedule. That part is really, really important, okay? And all of these things, it is so important if you're serious about this full-time creative life, because the truth is, if you're not treating this like a full-time job, you might find yourself struggling to keep up. But anyways, first, before we dive deep, you know the drill, you know the routine, you've been here long enough. So I made myself a smoked salmon egg white scramble. And as always, that makes me feel better as a golfer. Happy now? Now, here's the thing. You probably thought being a full-time creative looks like freedom, right? You get to make your own schedule, do what you love all day, no 9-to-5 grind. But now, it's an all-day thing. But here's the truth. If you don't get organized, you'll fall behind fast. And I know, some of y'all are probably thinking, but I got into this to avoid strict schedules. Well, the unfortunate truth is that's just not how it works. And trust me, I get it. It sucks. You traded in your 9-to-5 for a 24/7. Unfortunately, the cliche is true, but there can still be balance. The moment you start treating your content like an actual job, setting deadlines, planning shoots, editing timelines, that's when you'll set yourself up for growth, which leads to more time, more freedom. But in the building stages, it takes a lot, a whole lot, and having to stick through with it, like I said, an actual job. Step 1, color coding. For me, I need to color code everything. One color for writing, one for filming days, one for editing, one for posting. I'm such a visual learning person. I need to see things in order for me to understand anything immediately. And the easier it is for me to understand it at a glance, the better it is for me and the more efficient it is. Also, now that I've color coded my calendar, whether it's physical or digital, I know exactly what I'm doing on any given day. Step 2, the process. So now we're going to get into the flow of things. If my goal is to upload one video a week while staying ahead, this is how I do it. Let's say I have this video idea of my favorite lenses. I'm going to start with when I want that video to go up. Another idea about do pineapples belong on pizza or not, and then another idea and another idea. Then immediately after, I will schedule my writing day, which I'll say is usually about a week ahead of time. Then I schedule my filming day, and I plan these on average at least 5 days ahead of time. Then next is my edit. I try to leave as much little time as possible between filming and editing. I always want to keep what I filmed as fresh as I possibly could in my memory. And sometimes I even do it the same day if it's a shorter video or the next day. Because I think a lot of us could admit that sometimes we let our footage sit there for way longer than we should be. You know, you let a couple days go by and you say, oh, okay, I'll edit tomorrow, I'll start it then a few more days, then all of a sudden, it's a month later or even a couple months later, and we completely abandon the project entirely. I know I'm guilty of this, so now I make it a habit to do it as immediately as I can. So that's what planning content within 1 week of time looks like for me. So next, how do we get ahead? Step 3, stacking. So within this in-between time, I'm going to be writing, filming, and editing other full videos. What I don't do is do 2 edits within a day or 2 shoots within a day. But if I'm doing 2 things in a day, I'll either write and film or edit and write. You know, we need to stack these if we want to get ahead of time, but filming and editing 2 videos within the same day is just like, yeah, that's way too mentally exhausting. We don't want to burn ourselves out. So this is my method to stay ahead while avoiding burnout. Monday, we have nothing planned, so let's write this. Thursday, we have nothing going on. We can edit that the next day, leave our weekends free, and it'll go up right here. So now, before this first video goes up, we have 2 weeks of content ready to go and in the tank. And how do we get 3 and 4 weeks ahead? Okay, so we are just editing this day. Let's write idea 1 here. And then on this day, let's do idea 2. Let's pick out a shoot day. On a Monday, let's do idea 1. We'll edit the next days. And there we go. This is 4 weeks of content scheduled in 2 weeks of time. And it's honestly a pretty chill schedule. Now I have the rest of the month to continue stacking up and getting ahead. And once I'm about 4 to 6 weeks ahead of time, I can relax a bit. But if you're a sicko, like I am sometimes, I like to get up to like 8 weeks or 10 weeks ahead. Just for the case it's my birthday or it's a holiday and I want to take 2 weeks off, I can, and I have the runway to do so. This is 10 days of work getting you by an entire month. Seems like a pretty fair trade-off. I know, it looks a little complicated, sure. It looks like a lot, yes, but I gotta be honest, you know, contrary to popular belief, creativity doesn't just mean free-spirited chaos. Actually, I'd like to argue that the structure gives you more space to be creative because you're not constantly scrambling to meet deadlines for clients, for yourself, or being consistent, or trying to remember what needs to be done. And remember also that this is just for the folks who want to try taking this on full-time as a job or a career. If this is just your hobby, completely disregard this because you should absolutely keep it as a hobby and do it as your free expressive time. Because I can assure you, this will absolutely kill your love for this hobby. But like I said earlier, if you want to do this, like for real, as a career, we have to treat it as so.
Hey, PSA in the middle of this vlog for a bit to let y'all know that this video, you know what, y'all are probably used to this, but this is for the new folks, okay? I just want to let y'all know that everything that I film is colored with color graded with this. This is my color grading preset available as a LUT, an instant fix for your footage. It works with every editing platform, every camera, and yes, even your phone. It's as simple as a few clicks and a handful of seconds, and boom. It's pretty much magic, saving you so much time. You can purchase it with the link below in the description, and this video is brought to you and sponsored by, you guessed it, little old me. So I have to continue saying this because this is my ad read and your support keeps this channel going. And even if you can't purchase, I just want to say thank you for being here. That's really all that matters to me. I appreciate your support, taking your time out of your day, watching these silly little videos. You can still support this channel by clicking like and subscribe. It is absolutely free and it really does mean the world to me. Now back to our video.
Well, that is actually just part 1. Now that you know how to schedule it, is the even harder part, following and sticking along to it. Okay, so it is now the afternoon. That actually took a good amount of my time, which means it is time for our second coffee break. Okay, so let's talk about discipline. I think people actually underestimate how much discipline it actually takes to be your own boss. Because, you know, at a job, you would usually have a manager breathing down your neck or a supervisor or somebody above you, right? We don't have that here. We're not answering to anybody. So it is all on you to get that done. And while that sounds awesome, I think in a lot of ways, it also makes it more difficult. Some days are going to be long. Sometimes you're gonna have to push through it when you're not feeling like it. But that's the price that you pay for the freedom to create on your own terms. And look, if you're watching this thinking, I'm not a scheduled person, I'm more spontaneous, that's cool. But even having a loose framework for your day, at the bare minimum, just knowing what you need to get done will make a huge difference. And so when you're ahead of schedule, you can handle life's little surprises better, right? Whether it's last minute changes, tech problems, or just needing our silly little mental health break. There's been a lot of times in my life where I've run into things needing unexpected breaks, and thankfully, because I followed the schedule, I had breathing room to do so. So if you're thinking about going full-time as a creative, or you're already there and feeling a bit overwhelmed, my biggest advice is this: stay organized, plan ahead, and treat it like a job, even on days that you don't feel like it. That is where the magic happens. All right, well, that is it for today. Let me know in the comments how you stay on top of your creative work. And if you're struggling, maybe we could swap tips or chat it up in the Discord. I am always in there if you need any kind of creative support, whether it's me or from anybody else. I am always open to chat. You can find the information for that in the description. It's been a fun day inside. Been very cozy. I hope y'all found some of these bits useful. I gotta get into this edit right now, so take care and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.